What do people mean when they say race is a human construct? Well, first of all, race is a relatively modern concept and was not a product of scientific discovery, but an idea that was invented by humans. All humans are 99.9% the same genetically, according to the Human Genome Project and many other scientific studies. What actually makes our skin look different is only 1/10 of 1%, and even that minute part is rather arbitrary. There are actually more variations within a so-called race than between them. For example, some people who are from Africa might have lighter skin than people considered to be Caucasian. So why are there different skin tones? Interestingly, skin is actually an evolutionary survival tactic that dates back to our early human ancestors. Variations in human skin color are adaptive traits that correlate closely with the geographical and the sun's ultraviolet radiation. So if race is basically made up, then why was race created as a human construct? Well, in modern times, sad to say, race as a human construct is used to divide people and to determine who will be deemed the superior and who will be deemed inferior. When too many people struggle to get limited resources, it perpetuates the need for people to classify humans into categories of haves and have-nots. When people act out their stereotype beliefs, they actually create self-fulfilling prophecies. Whether or not you consciously or subconsciously believe a stereotype doesn't matter, because acting them out makes them become real oftentimes. For example, one negative stereotype about Black Americans that's perpetuated by whites is that they're lacking in work ethic. This stereotype is completely false and has no biological origins whatsoever. In fact, if you think about what we ended up doing to enslaved Africans, they were forced to endure incredibly punishing work hours without breaks. So it doesn't really make sense. But when this stereotype is widely shared by the majority of employers, they shy away from giving Black people work. So guess what happens? They're unemployed, and then they appear to fulfill the stereotypes, when the truth is that the stereotype is what created the problem in the first place. Today's modern racism is still being used to keep poor and working class Blacks and whites fighting each other for resources that the 1% is actually in charge of. It's in the best interest of the most elite and rich people in the United States to make sure that our nation is racist and that people of color are blamed by middle class, upper class, and lower class whites for their problems, so that nobody takes a look at the elite top 1 or 2%